So today we're diving deep into Liebherr. We've got a mountain of info articles, company history, you name it. But we're here to unearth the good stuff. What makes Liebherr tick? What's their story?
And it's a fascinating one, really. What's striking is how they're a major player in so many different fields: construction, mining, aerospace, even your fridge.
Okay, so we're talking about a company that's into everything. That's wild. I'm definitely intrigued.
Oh, absolutely. But the common thread through it all is this commitment to innovation, always pushing the boundaries, finding new and better ways to do things. That's Liebherr in a nutshell.
So where did it all begin? I mean, this kind of global reach doesn't just happen overnight. Take us back to the beginning.
We're talking post-war Germany, 1949. Not exactly a time of prosperity. But this is where Hans Liebherr comes in, a man with a vision. He sees the need to rebuild, and not just buildings, but an entire nation.
Okay, so what was his big idea?
The mobile tower crane.
The what?
Yeah, so back then, tower cranes were these massive stationary things. Liebherr's idea was to make them mobile, able to move around a construction site. Sounds kind of obvious now, but back then it was revolutionary.
Ah, I see. It's totally changed the game. Construction to be faster, cheaper, more efficient.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that was just the start. That one invention sparked it all. And Liebherr didn't stop there. They took that same drive, that same innovative spirit, and applied it to, well, pretty much everything. They branched out to mining trucks,
Right.
aerospace technology.
Mining trips to aerospace, that's a huge leap.
Right. And then, just when you think they couldn't possibly get any more diverse, they started making refrigerators.
Refrigerators,
Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
From giant cranes to keeping your milk cold. It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. What's the connection? What's the common thread?
It all comes back to that core principle: doing things better, more efficiently, more sustainably. And it's a strategy that's clearly working, because today we're talking about a global company operating in over 50 countries with a workforce of over 50,000 people.
Wow. From a small operation in post-war Germany to a global powerhouse. Talk about a success story. But let's dive into the specifics here. How did they do it? How did they go from that first mobile tower crane to, well, everything? So Liebherr has this incredible track record of innovation across a mind-boggling range of industries. But let's get down to brass tacks. What are some shining examples that truly exemplify their pioneering spirit?
Well, you know how it all started with that mobile tower crane.
Right.
That same spirit of pushing the envelope is still very much alive in their construction division. They've taken what was revolutionary back then and made it even more game-changing today.
Okay, I'm all ears. Give me an example. What kind of advancements are we talking about here?
Well, for one, they're incorporating fiber rope into their cranes.
Fabric.
Yeah. It's lighter and more durable than your traditional steel cables, which means they can build even bigger cranes that can lift heavier loads. We're talking cranes that can literally reshape skylines.
Wow, that's a powerful image. Bigger cranes, taller buildings, all thanks to a changed material. Okay, what else?
They're also implementing intelligent assistance systems in their cranes.
Intelligent assistance systems.
Yeah. These systems are all about enhancing safety on construction sites. For example, they can anticipate and counteract potentially dangerous situations like excessive load swinging. They're basically using technology to make these massive machines smarter and safer to use.
That makes a lot of sense, thinking about the safety of the people operating these machines. But it gets even more impressive, right? They're even making moves toward remote-controlled cranes. I mean, can you imagine operating a crane from miles away? What are the implications of that?
It's like something straight out of science fiction, but it's becoming a reality. And yeah, the implications are huge, especially for safety. It means crane operators can control these powerful machines from a safe distance, minimizing risk in hazardous environments. And it opens up opportunities for more precise control and operation, potentially leading to more efficient and complex construction projects.
It sounds like we're on the verge of a whole new era in construction. But Liebherr's innovation extends beyond just the machines themselves, right? They're known for their engine technology, too.
Absolutely. Liebherr understands that the engine is the heart of any machine, and they've really taken that to heart by developing and producing their own engines in-house.
So they're not just buying engines off the shelf and sticking them into their machines. Why is that so important?
It gives them a massive advantage in terms of flexibility and innovation, because by designing and building their own engines, they can tailor them to the specific needs and challenges of their diverse product range. Whether it's a gigantic mining truck or a high-performance crane, they have complete control over the technology, which means they can constantly optimize it for efficiency, performance, and sustainability.
That makes a lot of sense. And speaking of sustainability, I've read that they're putting a lot of resources into alternative fuels for their engines. What's the story there?
It's a major part of their commitment to a greener future. They're exploring everything from HVO, that's hydrotreated vegetable oil, a more sustainable alternative to your conventional diesel, to even green hydrogen as a potential fuel source for their machines.
So we could be talking about powering massive construction and mining equipment with renewable energy sources. That's a real game changer when it comes to reducing emissions in industries that haven't always been the most eco-friendly. But it's not just about these big, powerful machines, is it? They've even found ways to innovate in areas you wouldn't expect, like concrete production.
You're right. It's easy to overlook concrete because it's literally everywhere. But Liebherr saw an opportunity to make it better, more efficient, and with a smaller environmental impact.
All right, I'm hooked. How are they shaking things up in the world of concrete?
Well, their innovations in concrete technology actually go all the way back to the 1950s with their revolutionary reverse drum mixers.
Reverse storm mixers.
Yeah. These mixers really changed how concrete was produced, especially on site, by making it faster and more efficient. But they didn't just stop there. Today, they're pushing the boundaries even further with things like their ultra-modern, fully electric truck mixers, the ETM series.
Full on electric truck mixers. I need a minute to process this. How does that even work?
These mixers are really something else. They can transport concrete without producing any direct emissions at the point of use. They use a revolutionary battery system that allows them to operate for a full day on just a single charge, which makes them perfect for urban environments and areas with really strict environmental regulations. Plus, they're much quieter than your traditional mixers, which is a huge plus in noise-sensitive areas.
Quieter, cleaner, more efficient. Those electric mixers sound like a win-win-win for construction sites and the environment. It really shows how committed Leaper is to finding sustainable solutions across the board.
And that's just scratching the surface. Their innovative thinking extends to areas you might not even associate with a company known for giant cranes and construction equipment.
Okay, wait, from concrete mixers to flying taxis. Leaper is involved in that too.
You got it. We're talking eVTOL aircraft, electric vertical takeoff, and landing vehicles.
Yeah.
Picture a future where you're soaring over rush hour traffic in a flying taxi powered by Liebherr.
Okay, that's officially the coolest thing I've heard all day. It's like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's actually real. Flying taxis aside, what else are they working on that might surprise us?
Well, while they're reaching for the sky with those eVTOLs, they're also grounded, making sure your kitchen is as future-proof as possible.
Okay.
They're leading the charge in energy-efficient refrigerators. And get this, they're involved in creating those automation systems for electric vehicle battery recycling.
Hold on. So they're thinking about the entire life cycle of electric vehicles, from the ground up all the way to what happens to those batteries at the end of their life. That's impressive.
Exactly. Liebherr's thinking about sustainability from every angle. They're not just keeping pace, they're actively shaping the future. It's not just investing in research and development. It's a deep commitment to finding those solutions for a more sustainable world.
And speaking of research and development, what are some of the specific projects they have going on in their labs?
One that really fascinates me is their More Electric Aircraft initiative. Basically, they're working to electrify more and more aspects of airplanes,
Like what?
from the climate control systems to the actuators that control the plane's flight surfaces.
Wow. So not just electric engines for planes, but electrifying the whole plane bit by bit. What's the reason behind that? What's the goal?
It all boils down to making aviation more fuel efficient, reducing that carbon footprint. By swapping out traditional hydraulic and pneumatic systems for electric ones, they can make planes lighter, more energy efficient. It's a huge undertaking, but Liebherr is all in, leading the way in making aviation more sustainable.
It's really amazing how they're tackling these massive systemic challenges head on. And remember how we were discussing their work in battery recycling? What's the latest there?
Well, they have this project called Zircle. It focuses on creating this closed-loop recycling system for EV batteries. This is huge because as we shift to electric vehicles, we have to make sure we're not creating a whole other environmental problem with battery waste.
Right, of course.
So Liebherr's Zircle project aims to recover those valuable resources from these batteries, reducing the need for brand new raw materials and minimizing that overall environmental impact.
Okay, so they're thinking about the entire life cycle of a product, from design and production to how it can be recycled and reused. That's some seriously impressive next-level sustainability thinking right there. But it's not just the high-tech stuff. It's incredible how they're coming up with innovative solutions in the most unexpected places, like using volcanic rock for insulation.
Exactly. Their Blue Rocks insulation is the perfect example. They're using this finely ground lava rock perlite as a sustainable alternative to your typical insulation materials in their fridges.
Volcanic rock. That's amazing. Who thinks of that?
It's naturally abundant, it's energy efficient to produce, and it's very effective as insulation.
It's just incredible how they can take something like volcanic rock and turn it into this cutting edge solution. It really shows their dedication to challenging those old ways of thinking and finding more sustainable methods.
Couldn't agree more. And I think that's the common thread throughout Liebherr's entire 75-year journey, this unwavering dedication to innovation,
Yeah.
whether it's revolutionizing construction with that very first mobile tower crane, developing cleaner tech for mining and transportation, or even finding ways to make your kitchen more sustainable.
Liebherr's story is a true testament to the power of a pioneering spirit. They've consistently pushed the limits of what's possible, and they definitely don't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. Who knows what incredible breakthroughs they'll come up with next? It really makes you wonder.
That's the exciting part, isn't it? What will they think of next? And how will their innovation continue to shape the world we live in? It's definitely something to ponder.
It really is. So the next time you see a Liebherr crane towering over the city, or even when you're grabbing a cold drink from your fridge, take a moment to think about the innovation that goes into those everyday things.
It's all around us.
Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the world of Liebherr. Keep those minds curious and those imaginations going. We'll see you next time.